Welcome to pmpeducator.com Project Integration Management Lecture Series. This is lecture number 2 uh, by Syed Raza. I will just go through a project integration management process number 1, which is develop project charter process. As I mentioned in the previous lectures, that a process contains inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs. So in the first process in the integration project management, which is in the initiation phase, we want to get the project charter. So some inputs are required to get the project charter. So think about when you are in the beginning phase of the project management, what do you need to develop a project charter? So the first input is the project statement of work. So definitely you need to have some statement of work before you start uh, writing the project charter. A statement of work can be from a customer, a client, a third party, or some organization, which gives you some details about what exactly they wanted to have in the project. It can also be a business case. So, for example, if a company is working on a new model or some new product, then they have some sort of a business case which identifies the emerging market or the reason to develop the new product line to get the profit or to increase their market share. Input can also be a contract. So think about if government wants to have new construction or wants to have roads and bridges. They have a contract which is used to develop the project charter. So in the beginning of the project, you need to have some sort of information from the client, from some organization, or some sort of a need in the market to develop the project charter to start the project. So it can be a project statement of work, a business case, or a contract. Then, as I mentioned in the previous lecture, the enterprise environmental factors are very important. So you have to consider the culture, the organization structure, and the other details within the organization that to develop the project charter. So enterprise environmental factors are also input to develop the project charter in the project charter process. And finally, the organization process assets. As I mentioned in the previous lecture, that this is in fact a repository where you have all the information, lesson learned, or you have templates or forms or guidelines or good practices which you follow to go through the projects, and it's also heavily used in the planning phase. Then the tools and techniques for the develop project charter process is expert judgment. Expert judgment is something which basically you get from the experts in your organization or in that field, so they can synthesize the information which you have as input, whether it's a project statement of work, business case, contract, and then the enterprise environmental factors and organization process asset. So you or a team of experts go through those inputs and use their judgment to develop the project charter. So the output of that process is eventually a project charter. And expert judgment can be from a group of people, from an organization. So you need to get a lot of information from some experts to eventually come up with a project charter which has all the details you need to go through the next step of your project management plan. And as I mentioned in the previous lecture, Project Charter formally authorizes the project. It identifies the project manager. It defines objectives and business case. It's generic enough not to change often, and it's written by a higher authority than project manager, and it includes name, description, deliverables. I just need to mention this that it is written by a higher authority than project manager, but a project manager can be a part of the team which developed the project charter. In case of experienced project managers, they are part of that team to guide through the process to write a formal project charter. They are more helpful because in the organization they have been working through different similar projects, and their inputs and their experience can be used to develop a better project charter. And the project charter, it includes name, description, deliverables, etc. And the project charter is required before you start the project. So project charter is a very important document in the beginning or initiation of the project management throughout the project management cycle. And that's it for the second lecture of the Project Integration Management series. I hope you will visit the site to get the next lecture.